Peace, 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 peace. Yeah. 24 hours of peace. So I guess while I'm waiting for my co-host to hop in the building, I'll just let you guys know that 24 hours of peace was the shit. 24 hours of peace was like one of the most impactful events I've ever been associated with, and it is with great honor and pride that I was bestowed the stewardship of 24 hours of peace. Thank you, Raz Baraka, the mayor, the Honorable Mayor Raz Baraka, Chief of Staff Amiri Baraka Jr., the Baraka family, Obalaji, peace. Mrs. Baraka, enough respect. And of course, the late, great Amiri Baraka Sr., shout him out, teaching us how to use culture as a weapon. What up, Wes?
What's going on, man? Had to get my electronics back from somebody that was about several years younger than me.
Somebody gaffled you?
Yeah, I got taken to the bank.
Gaffled.
Yeah.
Well, I was just talking about 24 hours of peace.
Uh-huh.
And just how dope the event was, bro, and how, I'm honored to be associated with it, being, co-creator, president of 24 Hours of Peace, Inc., CEO.
Yeah.
And it's just what that event and movement has become is so much greater than entertainment, though the show itself was phenomenal. Jadakiss, KRS-One, of course, salute, Freeway Beans, all the local artists from North New Jersey, P&B Rock came through. That shit was dope. And just the power of our culture, bro. The power of our culture, man. It's just a beautiful thing when it's used for positivity, which is what 24 Hours of Peace is all about. So that's what I was talking about, trying to wait for you to get in the building. But that said, how about we throw this joint on right fast so we can invite people to the building? I know people love seeing our invitations, our notifications that we live. So let's get it cracking.
Let's go.
Took a test.
No KRS-One said, Hawk, you want to get down with BDP? You got to take this test. You know what I mean? I was ready. Here you go. Make some from nothing by uttering the word. Niggas don't get it? I must be stuttering from the herb. Y'all be cluttering in the burbs. Hovering with nerds. I'm trying to build shelter from the oncoming purge. Donald Trump is tripping. I'm trying to save the surge. Do it for the bricks. With friends from Laughing Market merge. Get my brothers out the county. See the city re-emerge. I'm trying to keep it straight. My people living on the curb. This motherfucker got to nerve. Must not have heard. I'm tired of the pimps pushing fees in the pervs. Fire with the bars, metaphors, and the verbs. I wanna see him go to college, not make them whores on the curb. So disturbed, so stay high as a bird. Niggas want this smoke, hit me up, you'll get served. I'm sick with technique, I'm ill with the maneuver. DJs want my effect like they were straight out the sewer. Talk, I'm a doer. Find me in the viewer. I'm so underground, you're just the Barbie in the sewer. I'm a grown man in this young world, I feel like I'm Rick the Ruler. I'm trying to get all these bars, but I'm not Robert Mueller. The rhymes I say, sharp as a nail. Witty as can be and not for sale. Always funky fresh, could never be stale. Took a test to become an MC and didn't fail. The rhymes I say, sharp as a nail. Witty as can be and not for sale. I'm DMC to quickly blaze them with a run. Pressure on y'all shrivel up, raising in the sun. I can blaze you with the gun, rather raise you like the one. In the hood y'all sweat it out, but I remain the champion. Smoky like the bear, bring fire to your camp. When I light up the air like wires in a lamp. Coke in your ear, hear the fire and get air. lamp. I got that choke keeping near, always fire when I champ. My flow absolute style classic, got the proof. 0 to 100 on the ledge like the roof. Make them disappear out of thin air, they go poof. Facts come and go, Hakeem remains the truth. The rhymes I say, sharp as a nail. Witty as can be and not for sale. Always funky fresh, could never be stale. Took a test to become an MC and didn't fail. I drop jewels. Science, mathematics, language arts, social studies, lyrical gymnastics, style, charismatic, pragmatic with the instruct. Smile is aromatic, fanatic with the ism crusher. Back to the subject, how I school MCs. I get checks off the blue cheese. UMCs, they used to call me powder, then I blew UNC. Taking y'all back to school like fools in truancy. I rock with the teacher like the board education. Fuck doc with the reefer, got a script for medication. Get A's for dedication on my way to graduation. Hand in hand like diplomas rolled up. Congratulations. The rhymes I say, sharp as a nail, witty as can be and not for sale. Always funky fresh, could never be stale. Took a test to become an MC and didn't fail. The rhymes I say, sharp as a nail, witty as can be and not for sale. Always funky fresh, could never be stale. Took a test to become an MC and didn't fail.
Ha! You want to get down with BDP? You got to take this test, nigga.
Keep that.
Spliffy, what up, bro?
What's good, Hawk?
Yeah, man. Yes, sir.
What's up, Cliffy?
What's up, Wes?
Oh man, just trying to get my technology together here.
Mercury retrograde starts on Sundays, gentlemen. So, maybe you feeling the early effects of Mercury retrograde right now, Wes. Yeah, man. So, IZM Sports, episode 36. Man, we got 36 joints in the chamber, bro.
Okay.
In the clip. 36 chambers.
This is the Wu-Tang edition.
We should have had somebody on I fucked up. My bad. I wasn't thinking.
It's kind of ironic you guys say that, but it'll all come back full circle. Let me just put it to you that way. All right?
Oh, really?
All right.
36 chambers. Shame on the try to run game on the
LIGHT man.
MDTHOB.
That was a slow. It just like slipped real quick there.
Hey, good play. Good play.
Only for goodie.
You know what I'm saying?
Always
there when you need it. You know what I mean? Yeah, always carry that one, boy.
It's always there. Got you on that.
Yeah. I don't even Cliff doesn't even know what we're talking about. He don't even
we have me and Hawk we've been having some jokes on each other for about 30 plus right about now. So and they always register hard to both of us individually. Everybody else be like looking at us like, what's going on over there? Now some people be like all over it. Yep. So what we got going on today, fellas?
We got the ill lineup. Big shout out to Wes Henderson on the production tip. We got a nice little rundown. Oh, wait a minute. That ain't it. I'm about to give you the lineup for tomorrow's show. Saturday show. Major League Baseball playoff push.
Mm-hmm.
What it look like.
Those Yankees are in there. They fighting strong, and they have the one thing that you always want at the end of the season. They control their own destiny. That's all you can hope for. They're half game up on Toronto. They got actually their last 9 games is against the division. Yeah, 3 against Boston,
and
then Tampa Bay. Yep. So
Yeah, you a little more. You say that a little bit more confidently than I do as another Yankee fan, and I'm telling you, man, if they don't fire that hitting coach at the end of this season, they gotta. I mean, I don't even know what I'm watching because that's softball, a bunch of home runs or nothing. It's kind of painful to watch the Yankees play, like just because their lineup is so potent, but they don't have people that are hitterish. If you get my drift, they just hit home runs, and if they're not hitting home runs, they could be dealt with.
Yeah,
for the most part. So it's kind of tough. They do control their own destiny, but the way they've been playing, they gave a stat. They were like the Yankees are like 70-27 in their good times, and they're like 18-38 in their bad times. So you don't know what team you're gonna get when it comes to them. But I do like the Dodgers and the Giants race. I mean, you figure they both like close to 100 wins, clinched playoff berths like about 2-3 weeks ago, and they still better than the next best team in the playoffs by like 15 games. It's something crazy. It's so ridiculous how good those two teams are.
They're 18 games up on. Well, the sad thing about it is that the Dodgers who are chasing them, they're right now they're 2 games back, but they're going to have to play a 1-game playoff to get into the playoffs. So the other wild card is St. Louis right now, and they're 18 games up on them. But either way, they still got to play that 1-game playoffs just to see who gets in. So,
and it's crazy because St. Louis won like 12 in a row, right?
Yeah, because they came back and won today.
Yeah, 12 in a row. So
they won 12 in a row.
And then Tampa in the American League East, they're still good, and you still got the Astros and you got the White Sox controlling everything.
So it's basically the Yankees, Toronto, and then an outside shot with Oakland and Seattle for those last 2 wild cards. Now,
Boston is not out of reach now.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Unless the Yankees sweep this 3-game series against Boston, and they'll flip that over, the Yankees will be really in good shape. So we'll see. That's why tomorrow's 3-game series is pivotal.
It's huge. It's huge. But it's a good look for baseball. It's always a good time of year. I love playoff baseball. It's the best baseball out. But like I said, the Yankees, they gotta just get hits, man. Stop all this home run or nothing, like sacrifice bunts, steals. Just gotta hit the ball opposite field, like all that launch angle and exit velocity get on my nerves.
More fundamental baseball.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh, stop. Oh. KG, peace to the God. Happy belated birthday, brother.
Happy belated, man.
Happy belated, sir.
Thanks.
How's it feel to be on the other side, bro?
I mean, I've been on it. I'm 2 years in on it now, so.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'm 2 years in now, so it's all good, man.
No, I thought you stay at 50. Once you hit 50, that's it. I'm 50.
You become Benjamin Button.
I'm 50. That's it. I'm 50. How old are you? I'm 50. I'm 50. That's it.
I mean, I guess you do.
When was your birthday?
I mean, you can't mention.
When was your birthday?
September 15th.
Oh, okay. Mine was the 19th. Mine was just Sunday.
Oh, that's right. Happy birthday.
And it was 52 too.
God damn.
52 too.
My bad, Cliff.
Okay.
Damn.
Happy birthday, Cliff.
I was in Toronto. Yeah, I just got back yesterday, actually.
That's right.
Oh,
That's what's up.
That's a big weekend of birthdays.
You wasn't out there with the parade, walking with the parade, proving your point, let them know. And then we had to find you laid out in the stack again.
It was a big week of birthdays because Kay's birthday was the 15th. Vin's birthday was the 17th, right?
17th, yeah.
17th, and then your birthday, Cliff, was the 19th. Wow.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
So, Kay, we over here talking about the Yankees, well, baseball in general, but of course the Yankees, since that's the home team squad.
Yeah, we were just kind of.
What y'all have to say about my Yankees?
Well, I said that it's painful to watch the Yankees play because they don't have hitters in their lineup. They got a sluggers. They're a softball team. Home runs are nothing. I can I get a hit? Like, can I get somebody to be a situational hitter? Can somebody go the other way? Just it's not, to me, it's not baseball. Batting 204 with 35 home runs and 65 RBIs. That ain't baseball to me. I don't get it.
Nah, it'll win you some games, but it ain't gonna win you no series. It ain't gonna win you when you get down to it.
Yeah, I think it's an early exit this year if they do make it.
Well, see, that's just it though. If they can get hot at the right time, like if they can put a couple sweeps together with Boston and Toronto, which they need, they go in hot. They're gonna still have to win that 1-game playoff either way to get in. But those are the types of teams that really do well in the playoffs when you peak at the right time. They peaked 2 weeks ago, and you see what happened since. They've fallen off.
Yeah, they peaked for about 30 games or so. They had a good 30-game stretch.
A good 30-game stretch, but they won the 13 in a row.
Yeah,
and they were just stomping through people that whole 30 games. But then since then, I think they won like 7 out of 30. So it just completely flipped.
It's crazy.
So,
I'm back.
Yeah.
I got caught in the Matrix for a minute.
Oh, that's okay. We still like the hat though.
For sure.
Yeah.
So
definitely better than Cliff's.
Well, we'll see. I'm riding with my boys now.
Oh man,
we doing our thing.
You've been missing out, Kay.
no, let's not go over there yet.
We're not gonna go there yet. We're gonna
wait. Okay. So who's the favorites? Who's your guys' favorites for the World Series this year?
I'm gonna go. I think the Dodgers will be back in the World Series, and I think it might be a repeat of the Tampa and the Dodgers again. Either I got Tampa and the Dodgers or Houston and the Dodgers. So we'll see what happens. Those are the two teams I think in the American League that could make it, Houston or Tampa. But I'll go Tampa. Repeat of last year.
I got the Dodgers no matter what. It don't even matter who would go.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I got the Dodgers winning it all, but I got those two enough, the Tampa and the Dodgers in the World Series.
Cliff?
I got the Giants actually. I don't have the Giants. And I got if the Dodgers win that 1-game playoff, they may lose to Milwaukee in the first round. I think both Milwaukee and San Francisco are stronger than the Dodgers. But on the I think the White Sox. I like the White Sox on the and that's my Yankees somehow sneak in, but that's a long shot. But I like the White Sox.
Got it.
Nice. All right, we'll keep track, see how it progresses. Let's talk about the NBA. Russ Westbrook hate. What y'all think about the hate with the brother?
Yeah, I was listening to the other day, and they were talking about Ben Simmons being rated ahead of him at the guard position. And I just keep struggling with, when it comes to Westbrook, why half of people are better than him. So if you're half a player, first of all, Westbrook averages a triple-double. He averages 14, 7, and 7. Westbrook shoots the ball. He might not make it at a high clip, but he actually shoots the ball. This guy don't want to shoot. And I don't see where you can rate a Ben Simmons over him. And it's just other stuff with Russ anyway. Or people kill him. Look at that dog right there. And,
beautiful dog, right?
Yep.
I thought that was a stuffed animal for a second. He got the fro perfect.
Yeah, Lord, lion. You just in my face right now. It's like, dude, back up, man.
But yeah, I just think there's a lot of hate out there for Russ.
But do you have a more of a problem with their ranking number, or that he was rated higher? Because both of them, what was it, 38 and 39?
Yeah, I think Westbrook is just disrespected, period. But I think a lot of it has to do with his mentality and his personality. People just don't like him. So sometimes, like I said, the criticism is warranted in terms of sometimes shot selection and stuff like that. But I think people just don't like him, and it causes them to kind of be not as subjective when it comes to critiquing him. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, because I mean, they're sort of two. They're two different kinds of players, but it's just like at this. I mean, it depends. It depends on the makeup of the team. If you are a team full of shooters, then I would probably say Ben Simmons. Probably, depending what you need. If you need a defender and a team full of shooters, and you got a team full of shooters. But if you need a playmaker and somebody that can also give buckets, I would go with Westbrook.
Yeah. I mean, it is like I said. I just think it's more so personality misfit than anything, and I think we subconsciously we criticize people we're not comfortable around.
Yeah, strong personality. And I think I mean, you can't say that that he's a loser. I mean, because especially if you're going to say Ben Simmons, I mean, Westbrook has accomplished way more than Ben Simmons at this point.
Absolutely.
He's been there longer, but he's accomplished way more to this point. So
and still doing it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think both of them were downgraded as far as that number 38 and 39 because of their attitude and because of how the public feels about them. I think both of them are higher rated players than that.
No, I wouldn't say that about Ben Simmons. But he has to there's a mental block that he has that's too big of a obstacle for him to be considered higher than Westbrook one. And in terms of his overall ranking, I got to see the whole thing, but I wouldn't rate him higher than 30, 38, 39.
Listen, the only thing Ben Simmons can do is shoot, and that's a big thing. But his playmaking ability and the fact that he can at least get to the bucket. I mean, I think you work on his game, building him outside and with the free throw line. Start working on free throws. Then he develop a little mid-range game, and then that basically gets him shooting. But again, he can go to the hole. It's not like he can't make a shot. It's just a matter of he has no jump shot.
He was at the hole.
Oh yeah, I mean that's all in his situation, and that's a whole.
But would you say that's part of
it?
That's part of basketball. Like part of being a basketball player is to make basketball plays. So we can't put him in a position where he's rated higher based on potential. I'm tired of YouTube videos with him shooting jumpers. Part of your makeup as a player. Part of your makeup as a player is to be a player. So you can't be half of something. And I mean, it was more disrespect to Westbrook. Like where Ben Simmons was to me, I didn't feel it any way about it because he has to show me something different for him to earn a higher rating. I
can tell you what. When it comes to confidence, Westbrook ain't lacking that. I don't think Westbrook miss 100 straight jumpers. He gonna shoot 100 the first one. He's shooting.
And he's dunking that ball in the playoffs.
Yeah. But check this out.
What happened with Ben Simmons is strictly confidence, man. Like once you shot like that, I mean, it just takes a minute, obviously. But I mean, we all know. I mean, if you playing out there, if you feel like you haven't played in a while, or if you feel like you off, you're gonna pass up shots, and people are gonna be looking at you like, "Yo, you should have shot that." I know. But but yourself, you saying to yourself like, "I wasn't gonna make that, so I'm not gonna shoot it."
Well, I think part of the problem I have with him is the after effect, right? So now he wants to run. He don't want to play in Philly no more. Like you did that, like accountability. You did that. We're not on this panel making it up, right? We're not saying that we criticizing him for something he didn't do, and now he wants to run for the hills. So that's part of, again, why you can't get a ranking higher, because you still got to show me something that you haven't showed me already besides a YouTube video of you shooting jumpers in the YMCA.
That don't mean nothing. I mean, at the end of the day, you get to perform on the court and during the game. So you could shoot it in the wild all you want. If you get in the game on the court while I'm paying you, and you can't make none of them, it don't even matter.
No, I got another discrepancy with this list though.
What list are you talking about anyway?
It was an NBA player ranking.
Is Chris Paul better than Kyrie Irving?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
They got Chris Paul 18, Kyrie 19.
They bugging. Who made that list?
They got Trae Young 17.
They got who?
Trae Young 17. How?
He's better than Kyrie.
He's better than Kyrie Irving and Chris Paul? No, he's not.
Stop it.
Stop it.
He
Stop it.
did do good this year, though. He
played well.
And he took his team far. So I think
I'm a fan.
Take that into account, or they might be looking at the potential of later. Maybe they're factoring in a potential. I don't know. But if you had to say at this point, today, at this minute, no way.
Trae Young's not better than Kyrie Irving, period. Like, it's not. No. Not better than Kyrie Irving.
No.
And I'm a Trae Young fan. I like Trae Young.
Me too.
Root for Trae Young. He's not better than Kyrie Irving. And I think Kyrie Irving's bananas.
That's a prisoner of the moment.
It's tough to find any too many. It's tough to find other point guards in the league right now better than him.
Kyrie.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
it's tough to find other point guards better than him, man.
Yeah, I mean
that's a prisoner of the moment list. That's based on what they just did in the playoffs, I think.
That's the microwave list.
Yeah.
How do you get penalized for being hurt? How do you get penalized for being hurt?
Where they put Devin Booker?
He's like 16.
Top of mind.
Oh, so Devin Booker is even higher, huh? He's 16.
Devin Booker 16. Bradley Beal 15. Jimmy Butler 14. No, Jimmy Butler's not better than Bradley Beal.
No way.
No, 13 Jason Tatum. 12 Paul George. 11 Damian Lillard. How's he not higher? Wait a minute. Coming Thursday, players 10 to 1.
Yeah, we can pretty much figure out who 10 to 1 is. That's pretty. You got 4 off the top of your head. You know it's going to be Giannis, LeBron, KG. We're going to be 1, 2, and 3 in some order.
And Steph.
And Steph is going to be 4, and AD will probably be 5.
LeBron,
and Harden.
Harden.
Yeah, Harden. After that, after those first 6, I don't know.
Well, Luka.
You said LeBron was 1, right?
I had LeBron. I said
Luka,
Giannis, Kevin Durant, and LeBron are going to be in some order, first 3. That's what I said. Those 3 guys. That's what I said. They're going to be listed 1, 2, and 3 in some order.
I would say it's probably going to be Giannis, KD, LeBron.
Yeah,
but I think it's really KD.
I wouldn't argue that, but I would put KD probably first.
I would put KD. KD's my first one.
I would say KD first,
and then Giannis,
and
then LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not taking nothing. I mean, that's still good for LeBron. I mean, as long as he's been in the league, man, like to still be top 3 like that, that's great, man. Like,
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir. Yeah. All right. So where we at? Hold on. I know we went off on a tangent. Oh, we talked about Ben Simmons.
Yeah, we did.
Deshaun Watson update, NFL.
Well, the news around here is that he needs to be on the exempt list, but they won't do it, and there's no reason why for him to be at practice like he is, and they're not going to activate him. Especially now Taylor's hurt, everybody's screaming, "Why don't you activate the player?" And then they said that if you put him on the exempt list, you put in the NFL on notice that they got to get something done, and they just kind of blackballing this dude for the rest of the year. You're not going to see Deshaun Watson this year. That's pretty much what's going to happen. You're not going to see him this year.
Hey man, I mean, if he don't want to play for them anyway, and if he's doing everything he has to do to get paid, I would do that. Give me my check, then you got paid.
Just saying, they said there's no need for him to be around the facility if you're not going to have him activated. He could just be home. He could just go home and mind his business and get his check. Damn. And that's it. But they don't want to do that either. So Houston is playing a kind of a little grimy game with him, but
it's probably just waiting for him to trip up himself so they can void out his payments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's not going to do that. He's not going to. He's going to come right up in that. He's walking right up in that room like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like,
"Hand me a week, yo."
Is it Friday? Oh, it's payday. Okay.
Okay, let's do some. You want to do some chess? Let's do some chess.
Exactly.
Some blades.
Exactly.
Yo, how
many zeros is that?
How is that allowed to? How is that able to happen? Where people just come out at left field and create this whole conspiracy around you, and then go away like it didn't even happen.
Yeah.
I mean, is that the kind of the gist of what's going on in Houston right now? Or is it?
Well, a lot of women are coming back and saying they're not testifying or whatever, pressing charges.
Why not?
They won't tell you why, but they did have that one that was on ESPN who they have text messages from her that were more on the agreeable side of more consent than she was giving off on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't look good for her in her case. And if they're worried now, I guess they're backtracking because they're worried that there might be other situations that are the same. So you're not going to see him this year.
That's sad.
Yeah,
That's
you're just
sad.
not going to see him.
And it's all because he said he didn't want to play for them. So he was like, hey, you don't play for us, so
you're not playing for nobody.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Damn.
And that's going to follow him because every time we talk about him, they're going to be just like we still talk about Jameis with the crab legs. They're going to keep talking about him in the same light. So,
well,
now
that we're here, there's this ongoing conversation about NFL in comparison to slavery and the plantation system. And, it's kind of, you can't fathom somebody being considered, quote unquote, a slave when they're making millions and millions of dollars, right? But then when you get to situations like this, where you have ownership really precluding you from doing what you need to do as a free human being with a talent and skill, you should be compensated for your talent and skill. No, we're not going to let you do that. That's just, it's like a slaver. How can I say it? What's the best way to say it? Somebody help me out.
I see what you're saying. The only thing is that he is getting his money. So that's what changed the trajectory a little bit of it, because he is getting his money. And then at the same time, like, unfortunately, we got to look, it is business too. It is business. There's a business side to it, So, I know what you're saying, Hawk. There is a mentality that comes into it, because when somebody has the upper hand, it can be pushed and used, and they can use that mentality against you. So I see, it can be looked at like that. But I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough, man, when you look at both sides of it, because when you are getting your money, man, it's just like.
And they're going to argue. The owners are always going to argue on the side of, well, they have the CBA. They've collectively bargained for all of this. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's why I see
and they're getting paid. You know what I'm saying?
Now they're looking more at the other stuff.
And he just got paid a lot of money. The only thing that I never really liked about the whole football thing, man, is just that, the fact that they can backdoor their way out of those contracts whenever they're ready. Man.
Yeah.
Find a way to
in football, they can.
Mm-hmm. They can.
So that's the part of it that's whack. And for that barbaric sport to be like that, man, and then you cannot, really, make really get your money, man. Like, it's just crazy, man. And that's why everybody fights for. And I get, the Dak situation, how he just was like, no way, man. Like, I need my money up front. And that's what everybody's at now at this point, man. It's been like that for a minute, but there's going to be primarily that now. People are going to be like, give me like 80% of my money up front,
Yeah. And not to backtrack, Hawk, but that's what we need to watch with the whole Ben Simmons thing, because again, he's threatening not to show up. Now, 50% of their salary is paid before camp starts. I mean, before the season starts, not before camp. So we're going to see exactly what goes on as far as them withholding, the check, and him basically saying that he's willing to sit out the whole year. That's what he said. So we'll see.
Yeah.
He must have made a bunch of money already. He can afford to do that. I mean, he's pretty young. So if he has a nice little wad to the side, man, he could keep going in the washing machine all year and pulling out stacks of dollars.
But it's like what Deshaun Watson's going through, JJ Watt would never have to go through.
Like you said, I agree with everything KG said about it being a business and the collective bargaining agreement and everything like that. But when you have guys like Brett Favre who puts they Johnson on text message and gets and harasses women literally on the jet.
Sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment. That's real sexual harassment. And they waved that off. Then you have Peyton Manning, who was harassing a woman at Tennessee for years, and they put that under the rug because he's Peyton Manning.
Look at Big Ben.
And again, we all agree.
Look at what happened with Big Ben.
Big Ben. I was getting ready to say Big Ben, another one. Again, they figured a way. They got him out the limelight for 3 years, cleaned him up, put another zoot suit on him, and then now he's ready. He got a wife and 2 kids, so now he's okay again. We don't even talk about it. So my point is this the double standard? Because we all can agree here that nobody's gonna have 48 masseuse attached to their name, but so we know that's an issue. So we don't disagree on the issue part, but is the double standard of the issue because they're gonna focus on what they want to focus on, which gives the image of a double standard when it comes to people that look like the panel versus people that don't. So it's just that's the part that gets on my nerves pretty, and it's all the language that's used as well. When you listen to these commentators, you really got to listen and pay attention on how they describe people in terms of the wording that they use, and it's all scripted. The words
they're creating a narrative. Yeah,
they create the picture that they want you to see.
Mm-hmm.
So, like this morning, driving home this morning, I heard what's his name? Stanford guy, Mills, the guy that's going to be quarterback, right? He's a smart guy. He's a real smart guy. Like he's so intellectually smart. They're in good hands with him. We know he went to Stanford. We get that, okay? But he played quarterback in the NFL. Smarty gonna get you out of a 4-3 lineman coming down your neck. You know what I'm saying? So it's the words. Tyrod Taylor. Oh, it's just so unfortunate. He's such a great athlete. He's a great athlete. So we use him as athlete, and the other one is just like I said, the words are always used properly. They do it all the time. And we just don't really pay attention to how they dress it up for us. They put the clothes on us all the time.
Yeah, Chris Collinsworth is an expert.
Oh man,
he's an artist. He's an artist. He's an artist.
He's Picasso.
He got bars, dude. He got bars.
I can't say Collinsworth though, man, because Collinsworth talk too much, man.
But you can just turn it off and listen to mute, and we can all watch the game educatedly and watch the plays and do it ourselves. We don't need them.
He talks the whole broadcast, man.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. But that's my only thing with that. But it is what it is.
Well, let's get into week 2.
Yeah.
What happened? We at week 2 right now. We can go through the league. Me and Cliff can talk about what happened week 2. We can let KG talk about what happened in week 2. Ooh, wow. What's up, K?
Hey, man, I told you, man, no hate from me, man, this year, yo. It's all good, man. It's all good. I was watching that. Actually, we were working that day. We were doing the Arizona Cardinals Vikings game, which was a really good game. That was a really good game.
It was.
And that dude choked that field goal, man. So, it was a good, it was nice energy in the stadium for that miss, but I was actually watching the scoreboard during that game, and it was tied up, and I was just like, yo, I was just looking at, actually when it was 17-14. And then I looked on my phone, and then I looked at the thing, and then I saw that the Chargers was going down and about to score on the Cowboys. So I was just like, here we go. Here we go. I ain't gonna say nothing, but I am, quietly. And I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna get on social media. I'm quietly on the Chargers touchdown. And then they got those penalties and all that. Back them up, had to kick the field goal. And I was like, the Cowboys win this game. That's too much time. They're gonna go back down and at least get a field goal. But long story short, man, like I said, I'm not gonna hate. I'm a quietly, I guess a little bit quietly still hate, but on the sideline, man. Like I ain't gonna be rooting for y'all. I ain't gonna get on social media hating on this shit.
We get enough of that though. For me, it was we won and won, but we lost the game and won the game with the same mistake. I still say clock management. We lost the game to Tampa because of time management, and we won the game even despite time management. So McCarthy, he's not showing me nothing. I mean, he don't show me anything at all.
Well, the defense at least are playing the scheme, playing hard, and Micah Parsons is a beast, man. We got a legit animal on defense, yo. So and to me, Dak really has proven himself as elite, yo. He's consistently doing his thing, you know. And the penalties is what we were terrible. I mean, both teams, both the Chargers and the Cowboys, were. I think it was like 10 penalties apiece, which is crazy. So you got to clean that up. But for the Cowboys to hold the Chargers offense down after the Buccaneers offense down, they working with something. They can build on it.
I think the Cowboys is more impressive against the Buccaneers, but
it was a loss. So yeah, I get it, but they lost, so people couldn't really focus on it. But yeah, they played well in both games. Defense still got work to do, but I think what was really impressive this week with the defense is that you don't have two of your linemen and your best pass rushers are both out, and you still managed to get a W with that, and knowing that those guys are coming back is going to be a plus for them. And those are the games they lose normally. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys always find a way to lose a game, so it was good to see them find a way to win something like that. So that was cool.
And again,
who the Cowboys got this week?
Philly.
We got, and it's our home opener. You know what I'm saying?
Night.
So again, those are two road games, tough road games, potential playoff teams. You know, we got 1-1. Now we go home, open up the season. Monday night.
It's gonna be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's Philly giving y'all right now?
Philly's 1-1, 2. They didn't look good this week, but they looked good in week 1. I think they played San Fran, right, this week?
Yeah, they played San Fran last week, and they didn't look good at all.
Yeah, they didn't look good. But, I think Philly is definitely a formidable team. I mean, it's not even being a Cowboy fan. If I wasn't a Cowboy fan, Cowboys are still, you just got to look at football. Cowboys still got the best team in the NFC East.
Yeah, they do.
It's not about being a homer on that. I mean, if people want to argue that Dak Prescott is not the best quarterback in that division, they just hate and they don't know football.
I don't think that nobody will argue that. I mean, and I'll be hating on the Cowboys. I can't argue that. That's way hands down the best quarterback in the division.
Yeah.
And if you look at Zeke right now,
that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, but the way they're using him now, and I think the fact that they're going with like a little 2-back set, 1, 2, he's getting pressed by Pollard because Pollard is balling. He is legitimately doing his thing. I mean, he's averaging over almost 8 yards a carry, something crazy like that. So what I'm saying is that scheme, that change of pace, that balance in how they're going to do it, I think is going to be good for season. He may not have the amount and number of touches, but we also got to remember it's a 17-game season this year. Everything needs to be a little bit,
subdued a little bit,
tempered a little bit. Yeah.
And normally when I'm home, I'll watch Red Zone, I'll watch some stuff or whatever and get to zero in on the games a little more. But I was looking at the stats later and I saw Amari Cooper with his stats was like non-existent basically in that game. I'm like, was he hurt? What was up with him in that game?
Nah, Cooper had like 5 targets and he caught 3 passes. But they ran the ball. They ran the ball more than they only threw the ball 27 times. So compared to 58 the week before. So, it was a big difference, right? Mm-hmm. But Amari Cooper just didn't play that well. And you figure they lost Gallup for 4 weeks. And CeeDee Lamb had a good game. He had I think 8 catches. CeeDee Lamb had 8
He had a lot of targets.
Yeah,
but Dak was doing the right thing with the ball. He was spreading it out. It was just, I did notice that Amari didn't get a lot of throws. But again, they ran the ball over 30 times. Yeah. So, that's that balance that you want to see. And CeeDee Lamb was killing them, man. He's going to be a star, yo.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb was a problem.
8 receptions for 81 yards. Tony Pollard had 13 carries for 109 yards. Wow.
Yeah.
It's big.
So I think with that balance and the defense, middle of the pack, they're gonna be tough to beat. They're gonna win the NFC East.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of what they can do outside of the division. You know, how they can set themselves up. You know,
that's what
going
it all
into
comes down to. And I'm gonna be mum until then, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm gonna be mum until then, man. Just don't get to the playoffs because then I'm coming.
He said that I'm coming. Coming to get us, huh? You gonna knock me out the door? I got you. Well, listen, they should make the playoffs. That's not even a bunch of hype. I don't think they're hype like right now. When I look at like the NFL this year, I'm saying who's hype right now? Kansas City.
Yo, K's face like, yeah, I heard all this before.
I have, man. I mean, like
26 years.
Hey, listen, man. Y'all should, man. Like, I can see it. The path's there for you guys to make it and do something, man. Like I told you all a while ago, man. Like anybody but the Buccaneers, man. At this point, yo, honestly, I'm just tired of Brady, man.
Tom Brady.
Somebody please take him out. And if the Cowboys do it, as much as I'll be hating on the Cowboys, I wouldn't be mad, yo. Just somebody do it. So Cowboys, please, somebody.
All right. All hate aside, though. All hate aside, because you know he was a Trumper. I don't know what he's doing these days, but I don't really, you know. But what he's doing is incredible, bro.
It is, and that's part of why I'm hating.
Yeah, it's what he's doing is amazing. Like he's putting up numbers. You know what I mean? They're winning. They won right this past weekend, right?
Oh yeah. They blew out Atlanta.
They blew out Atlanta. Well, that's Atlanta, so you know that's not a big thing. But he's still doing his thing at what 44, 3,
44.
44.
He's 44. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, really quick. Speaking of that, like I've watched Skip argue Shannon down how Jordan is the greatest ever. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. And now all of a sudden, when you put him with Brady, oh no, Brady's the GOAT.
I don't.
I
follow him.
I get it. I'm not taking nothing away from Brady for his accomplishments and all that. But when you talk about football is the ultimate team sport. Brady's not playing off. I mean, he's not catching the ball. He's not running the ball. He's only throwing the ball. He's not playing defense. Basketball, you got to go both ways. You got to get stops, and it's more on you personally than it is in football.
Yeah, people are hypocrites because he's basing it off of rings, and if that's the case, then Bill Russell is the GOAT.
Exactly.
And that's where the argument just falls apart.
Yeah.
And that's just
not convenient though. That's not convenient for him. So it's got to be convenient.
Exactly. And it's
he was arguing that he's the same person that was arguing about free throw shooting for LeBron James. And then when someone talked about someone else, Ben Simmons making free throws, he wanted to argue for Ben Simmons being better than Westbrook. So he was like, free throws aren't that's not a big stat. You just told Shannon that free throws were huge for LeBron James. And then when it came to you want to win a Westbrook argument, so Ben Simmons free throw shooting could be fixed.
Like nobody, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like when it goes against LeBron, like it was all no Jordan, no Jordan, and then you want to turn around and Jordan ain't. It's Brady. It's Brady.
I mean, it's definitely people get caught up in the wave, and he's the image of what that's supposed to be in their minds.
Well, yeah, absolutely,
no doubt. You can't compare basketball and football like you just eloquently described.
No,
you can't do it. You can't do that. It's not fair.
I mean, he is the GOAT in football. He's the GOAT
He's the GOAT at quarterback.
Quarterback
in football, right?
Yeah, quarterback in football. That category.
The ultimate sport, man.
Yeah, but the greatest football player of all time, people say, is Lawrence Taylor. The greatest football player of all time, people say, is Lawrence Taylor.
Or people could say Jim Brown too.
People say it was Jim Brown.
He was doing. I mean, in 12 games, leather helmets. You know what I mean? No line. You know, so
Yeah, I mean, listen, I agree with that. I mean, you can't. That's not even a comparison, to be honest.
Yeah, you can't, and that's why when he was doing it, that's the same thing I said. I was like, you can't even compare that. Like,
It shuts that down, like you said.
two
You want to
different
talk
sports.
about rings.
You can't compare those two. But on another note, that's so we can brush by it real quick. You know, Devin Bush was out, and TJ Watt went out first quarter. So that that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh, okay. I heard that. I heard a little something different. I mean, I know I did hear that they got a birdie told me they got hurt, but there was also a birdie saying that there was nobody blocking. There was a turnstile up in there. That's what I. That's what I heard too. Because Najee Harris was like, "Where's my line at?" Najee was like, "I thought I was gonna be running the ball. I can't run."
That was another thing too. While we would that happened to be, we were on the West Coast, so it happened to be the 1 o'clock game. So it was on at 10 in the morning, and being that we were over there, Pittsburgh happened to be the team on TV. So I actually got to watch that game. It was ugly, man. It was actually it was kind of close, and it was a pretty good game. Mm-hmm. But from an offensive standpoint, it was just terrible, man. And even defensively, man, like they back to not being. I mean, if we can't get a rush and we can't get to the quarterback, it exposes our defensive backs. And by the way, Joe Hayden was out too. So.
Oh yeah, Joe Hayden. Yeah, that's right. You had somebody at every level. You had a DB, linebacker, and a lineman all out on the defense.
Yeah. So and it's the exact same thing of why I said last year that we were going to start to fall off when we start taking those L's, man. Because when our linebacker core, Pittsburgh's built, and it's always been built on the linebackers. They run the 3-4. You got the linebackers. It's all built on your linebackers and your outside rushers. And if you can't get to the quarterback, the way we play zones, all we do is play zone. We don't play man-to-man. You play zone. So once you can't get to the quarterback's going to eat that zone up. And that's why Brady kills us all the time. Brady's a zone killer. And you can't get to him. And if we don't get to him quick enough, it's over.
And the Raiders are going to be a problem. Don't sleep.
Yeah, Raiders look really
Don't
good.
sleep. They good.
Mm-hmm.
The Raiders
won't be good.
The Raiders are good.
Yeah, the Raiders are good. The Raiders are good. Yeah.
The
Raiders are good.
But they got the same history as the Cowboys because they get a little hyped up and all of a sudden they become the Raiders again. So we gotta wait. It's like the same thing. Like they're the Cowboys of the AFC.
Yeah, and pray that Carter doesn't get injured because he's injury prone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we need to be doing is watching how these teams are doing it. You know what I'm saying? And and with the Raiders, that hype may last because they're in a new spot. You know what I'm saying? They're in that new, $1 billion playpen. That Reliance Stadium is nice, yo. And they I'm sure just like hockey and these sports we're just starting to identify, there's a home court advantage with coming to Las Vegas, okay? All these cats come there, lose their mind, lose their focus, and lose that game. You know what I'm saying? That's just what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. Watch. I'm telling you, it's gonna turn out to be a trend.
They got a stud though. They do have a stud at tight end, man. That damn Waller.
Oh, Waller? He's a beast, yo. He's a fish, yo.
We held them in check. Which was shocking because tight ends usually kill us too. But we held them in check. We did that. But he's a beast, man. Waller's a beast.
We didn't talk about the game we needed to be talking about though. Is Kansas City and Baltimore.
Oh, that was
Lamar did what he did.
Mm-hmm.
And will that team who's got injuries up the gazoo. Yeah. And he just shut all the critics down. Like, listen, he's just a quarterback. That's what he is. He can run the ball. He don't pass the ball great, but he's a winner. Yeah. He's a leader, and he's a playmaker. That's all you got to be at quarterback position. I mean, people want to play with him. I mean, the dude, he was phenomenal that the other night. I was really impressed. I was really impressed.
He was. He was.
And Mahomes put up big numbers too. He put up like 300 plus. Yeah.
Well, they were definitely primed to win that game, if not for that fumble. But you definitely have to give Lamar his due because he basically put him on his back and he took them to the promised land. And
yeah, man. Because like Wes said, man, they destined. They're like they injuries are woo. They got injuries up. They got wazoo. Like they up and down that whole squad, man. Like seriously, like when you look at them, even going into that game, I was like, with all those injuries, I thought I was just on paper. I was like, yo, the Chiefs gonna run them out of here.
hmm.
They didn't. And like I said, he was extremely impressive. And I think somebody made a good point. They said, we got to stop. I forgot who it was on the radio. Said, we got to stop talking about these quarterbacks. He was like, Tom Brady can't run like Lamar Jackson, but we don't ever criticize him for that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So he was like, both of them are just great leaders and they're good at what they do. And we just got to let these guys do what they do and let the results be what the results are. And he's obviously showing you good results to this point. So we need to let that go about his passing ability and everything like that.
And just to draw a comparison because of the brothers, Harbaugh, and the system that was ran in San Francisco with Kaepernick.
Yeah,
it's the same offensive coordinator, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Right. So so you understand a player's talent and their strengths, and you build a system around them.
Yeah.
And kudos to them for being willing to do that.
Yes.
Because the mindset of these other coaches, there's an archetype that they have at quarterback, and even if you don't look that way, you have to play that way, or you're just not accepted. When there's a whole another side to the game that opens up when you have the abilities of a Lamar Jackson or Colin Kaepernick,
absolutely,
or Cam Newton for that matter, who should be playing and is not, right? Nothing's happened with him yet, so the double standard definitely exists. Yeah.
Speaking of week 2, the black quarterback, they were 5-5 this week, and they 13-7 on the year. So. Black quarterback 13-7 on the year. Just FYI, they still playing pretty good. So.
You got KG. Wes is gonna keep score with black quarterbacks throughout the season. So we can see how we did, as a collective.
They were 8-2 week 1, KG.
Oh, 8-2. Okay.
And the two that lost was Dak and Lamar Jackson. And they both had good games.
Yeah.
But last week, we had some people come back down to the pack. I was going through the scores looking. I was like, I saw the Jameis score. I was like, ooh. Then I said, oh, Jalen Hurts. Ooh, that hurt too. I was like, oh, Jalen Hurts lost. And then you look and you had Kyler Murray played well, Dak played well, Lamar played well. Russell lost at the end. Russell Wilson ended up losing at the end. Tyrod Taylor got hurt, but his team lost. Tua got hurt, his team lost. I forgot who the other one I had there, but we have 10.
Bridgewater.
Oh yeah, Teddy Bridgewater won. Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater won.
They won.
So,
Aaron Rodgers.
Who?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is
Green Bay.
What?
Is not. You trying to say Aaron Rodgers' brother?
Oh no! I was thinking something.
Mr. Brotherless.
Mr. Brotherless, man.
I'm reading.
Mr. Brotherless.
My bad, bro. My bad. He stood up for the brothers.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that though, we can add. Although we subtract Tua, we add Justin Fields to that list this week.
Well, I was telling somebody that if you had the 10 that I named, Justin Fields, Cam Newton, the dude on Green Bay, the backup.
Jordan
Love.
Jordan Love. Yeah.
And you had this guy from Trey Lance.
Yeah, 49ers. That's
14. I think I want to say there's 15 legitimate that could be playing right now. Jordan Love, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Cam, and it was somebody else. It was another person that I'm missing. But
Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes is part of the 10. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he lost. Yep. But so it's not a great stat, but it's a stat that people need to see because again, their idea of what the quarterback should be is not that accurate anymore. It's things are changing. A lot of these guys, like Dak Prescott, like even though Cliff was saying that he's an elite quarterback, he's moved into the elite territory. Dak has always been a good leader and a good quarterback that got crapped on because half people don't like the Cowboys, and the other piece is because he's a black quarterback.
Yeah. But the league is taking notice because if you look at all the up and coming stars, all the leagues, the top quarterbacks right now, all black quarterbacks, all young, talented quarterbacks, all black quarterbacks. Starting with Mahomes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so maybe we'll see the league, finally cave in and open up their offenses to add that in.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, go
at this point, I'll take a Teddy Bridgewater or somebody like that over there with the Steelers right now because it's time for Ben to go, man.
Yo, dog, Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy does his thing.
His first 2 years in the league, he was nice. Blair Walsh missed 2 chip shot field goals in a playoff game, and then he got hurt the year after. And we judge him as if he wasn't. That never happened. Like it never happened. And again, he's in a system now that they cater to Teddy Bridgewater when he does well, and now he's doing well. So it's all a matter of coaching and the system that you're in. But these guys are better than we give them credit for, and we have to. When I say we, the people look like us. We need to be a little bit less of fans of our team, and kind of how I look at the Steelers. I can't stand the Steelers, but I will not disrespect Mike Tomlin ever a day in my life. That's how I look at it. I just won't do it. I can't disrespect Mike Tomlin. I just will not. I will not cow down because I like the Cowboys. Mike Tomlin is my guy. And if I had a choice, I wish I could do it over again and become a Steeler fan because y'all got Mike Tomlin. That's how I feel about it.
And speaking of that, we got Josh Dobbs is on the Steelers, so that's another right here. That's another quarterback.
Yeah. Dobbs, it's just like I said. It's not. I'm trying to say that they're better than anybody, but just given any opportunity, that there's been obvious proof that we're just as good. And you gotta do is invest time. It's like anything else. You train somebody to do something, they're gonna be successful, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
That's it.
And half or if not more, the quarterbacks are basically in systems that they're destined to fail, and it's not because of and definitely a lot of the young black quarterbacks who've went through the ranks and failed. It's because of the schemes that they were in, and not because of their talent at all. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely got to change the narrative, and it's led by the fact that all of the young talent right now, all the young superstars in the quarterback position are black. Led by Mahomes.
Well, I want to let y'all know Hakeem is having some technical issues. He's trying to get back in. He just called me to say he got kicked out. He's trying to work his way back in. So he said, just keep it going. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not about a picket sign for black quarterbacks, but it's just you have to kind of do it this way so people can understand that there's really not much of a difference when you talk about a talent gap. That's all.
Right.
That's it. That's
so
it.
What do you guys feel about Sam Darnold so far at 2-0?
You know what? I'm happy that the guy got a chance to win, but he's played 2 games. And again, when you want to talk about the criticism, because last year or 2 years ago, when Dak was beating teams that were not good, they were all saying, look who he played, right? So Sam Darnold's had 2 good games and he's not played great talent just yet. And this week is another. The Texans aren't going to be a great team, a challenge for him either. So he's going to be 3-0. He probably go 3-0, and he's going to get praised for that 3-0. We're never going to talk about the fact that he ain't play nobody. That's why I'm talking about the narratives that get set up, and we got to listen because those were the same critics are saying, "Oh, he didn't play anybody. Those were weak teams." And look at him against other teams, just like your boy in the Rams. He's 8-65 against teams with winning records. That's Matthew Stafford. 8-65. That's a huge sample size. 8-65.
Well, and we will see this week because they play the Buccaneers.
Yeah. That's a team.
Now, show me what you got.
Exactly. And
what you got now.
I think he's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. The man throws for 4,000 yards. He's a good quarterback. However, he's been in the league for 12 years and never won a playoff game. So we got to be able to talk about that. We got to be able to criticize him like everybody else. Period.
Hey, well, big stage this week coming up.
Oh, it's
Going
the
against
biggest.
the Bucks. You're going against the Bucks. Show me what you got.
Show me what you got, baby.
That's
Yep.
gonna be on my dog of the week. Just to give y'all a little preview.
Oh, tell us what it is.
Just like
Because you 4-0, right?
I'm 4-0.
Well, I'm mad because I'm 3-0 because I didn't bet that fourth game and I'm pissed. But I should have because it was the Cowboys, KG. I never bet on my team. I can't do it. I got a rule about that. But Cliffy's doing his thing on these picks, so get your pen ready, everybody.
Well, not only am I 4-0, the 2-0 with the best bets and the 2-0 with the top dog of the week, but all of my dogs not only have covered the spread but have won outright, and all of my best bets have covered the spread outright. Now, when I say best bet, another way you guys can take it is obviously money line as opposed to laying the points, but they all have been bangers so far. They all, and if you do what's called an auto play and you play those teams back, even though I'm trying to give you fresh teams every week, you still will be on top. And with that being said, this week, these are not my best bets. These are just some extras I'm gonna throw out there to you. I like Carolina again. That would have been an auto play, just like the Cowboys would have been an auto play. I'd have liked those two. But as far as my best bet and my top dog, got the Arizona Cardinals at -7.5.
Rams.
And that top dog, the Rams, baby. We talking about proving something? They're a dog at home, but I think they really gonna show us something. I think they're better than the Bucks, and I think the defense is gonna step up. I think the interior pressure that the Rams is gonna put on Brady is really gonna cause him some problems. But either way, I think the Rams may be one of the teams to beat in the NFC, and I just don't think the Buccaneers gonna come to their house and win that game. Nah, that's my dog of the week.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I kind of agree. I think the Rams, if anybody, the Rams is probably, to me, the one that can definitely beat them. I was looking at the Cowboys like game one, saying to myself, like, hey, Cowboys might be ready too. I just don't know defensively yet. We got to see a couple of more games, but the Rams on paper, yeah, can possibly get it done. And we'll see. This game don't mean it, but because it's just a regular season game, when you get down to it, it's gonna be a whole different thing. But it'll at least give us an indication of something.
And that's one of the reasons why I think they'll win it, Kay, just because it's not going to be the pressure of the playoffs, and you also got to remember Antonio Brown will probably be out because he's on the virus list. You know what I'm saying? So they won't be completely at full strength, but the type of team that's going to beat Tampa Bay is going to be a type of team that can get pressure with a 4-man front, because he got so many receivers that if he doesn't get pressured, he's going to pick you apart. So Aaron Donald and the boys going to put something on him, I think. And I think they're going to.
And Gronk's back. Gronk's back. Yeah, Gronk's back. So,
but I think
on the other side of the ball, though, what about they stopped the run, and even though we know Bradford throws the ball or Stafford throws the ball, McVay likes to run the ball. The run sets up the pass. They do a lot of play action and they run a lot of those things. And if you can't run the ball, and Tampa's allowed to pin their ears back, and they can get to the quarterback too. So that could be interesting.
Cooper Kupp is a beast, and I think I like the way Stafford is flinging it, and the talent and the schemes that I just think Sean McVay is going to come. I just think that they're going to have. I think it's going to be high scoring, but I think that they may put it on them. I mean, I think they may put it on. I don't even think it's going to be close, to be honest with you.
Really?
You think they're going to blow them out?
No, not necessarily a blowout, but I think it may be more than one score. But I'm saying it to say that I think the game probably won't be in question. I think that the Rams will enforce their will from the start of this game, and basically put it on these cats.
I can't. I mean, I don't know. I do agree with they could win the game because, trust me, again, that window dress we're gonna get is all it was. The 12 years was all about Detroit. Because again, when I was watching Detroit play this week, and Jared Goff was quarterbacking, and he had a good first half, and then he had a Jared Goff second half. And when you listen to the commentary, they were saying how the coach, who I like Dan Campbell. I think Dan Campbell's going to be a good coach. But they were saying how he's cleaning up the mess that's been there for at least the last 6 years. And I was like, wait, Matt Patricia was a mess, but Jim Caldwell had that team in the playoffs 2 out of 4 years.
Yeah, he did.
So what mess are we referring to? Because the last 2 years was a mess, not the last 6 years.
Yeah.
So
again, another example.
It's just another example. And then
the shade.
I'm just so tired of hearing, like the coach for Carolina. They're already talking about in his second game of the year, he's going to be a coach next year. Carolina DC is going to be a head coach. We talk about Kellen Moore. I've heard 4 or 5 commentators say Kellen Moore is going to be coaching a football team next year. And
I heard that too.
You got 2 Super Bowl winning OCs in Kansas City and Tampa Bay, and they don't have a job yet. That's what I'm saying. That's it. It's like, come on, man. They already won the game, and we giving guys like Matt Nagy, who never won anything in Kansas City. They barely got out the playoffs with Matt Nagy, and he's an offensive guru that can't even coach his way out of a plastic bag, and we watching it happen in Chicago right now.
I mean, Nagy, wasn't Nagy on the Colts?
Kansas City. He was under Andy Reid.
He wasn't with the Colts at one point?
I don't know, but he was Andy Reid's guy when they were going to the playoffs, and then after Peterson, it was Nagy. They had Peterson first, and then they got Nagy. And, they were offensive gurus that got jobs, and they never even got to where Bieniemy has already won a Super Bowl and been to 2.
Right.
We're not going to talk about Byron Leftwich, but we talk about the Cowboys coordinator being the next head coach in the NFL. It's comical, man. It's a joke, actually. It's a joke.
Yeah.
It really is.
That's the part
it's sad. It's so obvious. Even the defensive coordinator for Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my man Bunny Colvin from The Wire. That's what he remind me of. Yeah, that's what he remind me of. I forgot. I can't even. I always call him Bunny Colvin. I forgot what his name is. What's his name? The coach on Tampa Bay, the defensive coach.
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles.
Yeah. Well, Bowles was the coach. Bowles was the coach of the Jets, though.
Yeah, but he was 10-6 his first year, and then he didn't have no more talent.
Yeah,
you can't coach what you don't have.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think the problem with Bowles is his personality. He's just a little bit laid back. That's the problem, because he's a laid back dude. Like even as a head coach, he was just boring as a head coach. I think, and I think with the Rex Ryan kind of vibe and all that the Jets had, they was used to that guy with a little more of a star power or somebody that's going to come out there with that. And, yeah, a lot of hype too.
Him and his brother with all that hair is a whole bunch of hype.
Yeah, we talk about New York sports media. They
like that.
Yeah, Jets is because they're not winning no games in the playoffs, so you got to sell it somehow. You got to sell it. You got to sell it.
Yeah.
And
I disagree with that.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so, I agree.
Let's see. They got Saleh now, Robert Saleh. Let's see what he do. I mean, he got a little bit of energy and spark with him. So let's see.
I like Saleh.
I like him though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him too.
His quarterback threw 4 picks, but that's okay.
Dang, ready.
And Trevor Lawrence got 7 picks in 2 games.
Wow.
That's
3 picks.
I thought Lawrence would, adapt a little bit, better than what he's been doing so far. Man.
Yeah,
7 picks and 7 picks.
I think that there's something to be said about waiting and sitting behind somebody to groom you, like not throwing these kids to the wolves. I mean, it's a different beast from college to the pros. Not everybody can just make that jump like that. This is special circumstances. People can make that jump, but in the long run, he learned the game.
Like, when we're talking about, we're talking about football. We ain't talking about basketball where you can go straight out of high school or play be one and done and do it. Football, as a grown man, sport, the reason why you got to play 3 years, man. Like,
the speed of the game.
But we have some good examples in front of us, and Mac Jones is in a perfect situation. And you compare that to Trevor Lawrence, he just doesn't have the type of team around him. And then you compare that to Justin Fields, he has no line, and he's just going to be thrown out there. So again, you have these 3 different situations, but Mac Jones is ready. He should be able to definitely be successful with that team because of the scheme, because of what he has around him, and because of that defense. He got tight ends around him, he got a line in front of him, and he got backers, running backs to run that ball. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I mean, Justin Fields too, though, man. Justin Fields got a defense, man. The Bears,
they do, but that line is terrible. It's the line.
Yeah, but he has a pretty good running back with Montgomery too, though, man. So it's like he has some weapons over there with Chicago to make something happen. Like, I'm not saying for him to go to the playoffs. I'm not saying that, but he has something to make a first year be okay.
It's just the speed of the game is so much quicker in the NFL, so trying to figure out schemes, trying to figure out defenses, reads, all that, like everything is quicker. So the adaptation takes a minute, and then before you really get used to it, you'll be shell-shocked because Jokers is coming.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's not like college football where everybody, some of the guys are there for the book, some of them are there to be lawyers, some are going to be doing other things. And pro football, everybody's here.
Everybody's elite.
The cream is all the cream of the cream of the crop. So that defensive back that didn't make it to the league that you threw an out pass on last year in college, throw that slow out pass this year. That dude's picking it off and taking it back.
Going the other way.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think Hawk has a point, though, because when you really look at Mahomes, right? Mahomes had to sit, and he sat behind Alex Smith, right? And he learned, and he came back the next year, and he was a great quarterback for it. Now, he could have played the first year, but he sat, right? So it worked out, right? Then you got there's another
Aaron
one.
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers sat out, and he sat out a couple of years. He didn't sit out. He sat out a couple of years, and he learned, and he had a great result. Brady sat out behind Bledsoe. Bledsoe got hurt, but it's something to be said for sitting and watching the right quarterback. Like, I'm not a big Alex Smith fan, but Alex Smith doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Like, whereas Justin Fields, to me, there was no reason for him to ever be on the bench because Andy Dalton is not good. Just call it what it is. He's just not good. So to follow a guy that's not a good player, you're not going to learn anything unless you just go out there and play. So it always depends on who's in front of you. Like with Trevor Lawrence, there's no other quarterback in Jacksonville but him. So he's got to go out there and just be that guy.
Yeah, he's got to learn. He's got to learn on the job himself. So you're gonna have to take the bumps and bruises with that.
Absolutely.
Other than that, you're going to have a situation like Andy Dalton, which is so-called basically the blind leading the blind at that point, because you, as a youngster, you're blind to the game. And if you don't have a mentor or somebody that's taking you along that can show you the ropes the right way, then that's what you're going to have.
This is what happens. I mean, so you got to learn from somebody to a degree. And I just think that it depends on the situation that everybody's in. Like, even look at what happened with Dak his first year. He was a third string quarterback. And both Romo and Kellen Moore both got hurt.
Yeah, he ended up having one of the greatest rookie seasons in the history.
And had a hell of a rookie season at 13-3. So but he had two guys on the sideline that could at least walk him through it. And that's important.
Or like a Russell Wilson. Yeah, like there are those players who are exceptional players.
Yeah, that they just make it happen.
Right, but
Russell Wilson just took somebody's job.
Right, but in the long run, like, just to be able to see somebody get, like, know when to duck. Like, you just get to see it before you're thrust into it.
Yeah.
Even if it's an Andy Dalton. Like,
Yeah.
you're learning plays, you're learning schemes, you're learning what works, what doesn't work. You get to consult with Andy Dalton, like, hey, yo, why didn't that work? This is why this didn't work, because you get to just learn the game in a sense where your lack of quickness and speed in terms of your read, you can make up for it in other ways, right? Especially when the team around you is not expected to do anything. Like, why are we doing this? Are you trying to build for the future? You're just trying to, make a splash right now. Maybe, I don't get it. I don't.
They try to
the long game.
I think it depends on, like you said, who you got in your farm or in your system when you draft them and bringing them in there. I mean, sometimes, the circumstances call for them to thrust that quarterback out there first year. I mean, look at how they had to do it with Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning had to get thrusted out this first year.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Like, he threw a lot of interceptions and everything.
28. He threw 28 a year.
Huh?
He threw 28 in one season.
Right. But the brother doesn't. But the brother's never gonna get that leash.
No.
Well, again, Justin Fields may get that leash again, and they're doing it now, Hawk, to answer your question. It's because of the salary cap. They want to get the most they can off the rookie quarterback salary cap. So that's why they're trying to play these guys. And they basically want to know as soon as possible, is this guy a franchise quarterback? Am I going to be paying this guy long term?
And to be honest, for the Bears, I think it's the best thing to do, man. Like, take your lumps now. Let the guy learn on.
I let him play. He got to
let him learn, man, and get him ready. Get him ready, but just go. I mean, it's a high draft pick. Put him out there. Like, what else you have?
He got up to me like Fields is the one guy that I felt like. I mean, he got to play. Like, when you look at Cam Newton and Mac Jones, everybody's sort of writing on the wall for New England, but Cam Newton didn't get outplayed for that position. If you think he didn't get outplayed.
That was just a choice.
That was a choice, right? He didn't get outplayed. He performed well enough to be the starter of the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Whereas Andy Dalton got outplayed all preseason.
Yeah, he did.
Period. I mean, he just did. And even the coach the other day, like, I get a little bit why he said that Andy Dalton is still my guy, because again, you say if you put Justin Fields out there and he doesn't do well, you can't go to Andy Dalton because it'll ruin Justin Fields. I don't think that's the case. I think you just got to go out there and just take your lumps with Justin Fields and stop.
All right, so
you can't switch it back. Like, you can't go out there then take them back because out the tube.
I think
but you don't want your possible franchise quarterback shell shocked in his first year.
Yeah, but
that's a big possibility.
No, but
take the lumps.
That's what I'm saying. Take your lumps. Trevor Lawrence has 7 picks. No one is talking about benching Trevor Lawrence because that's your lumps, right? So he has 7 picks, and we're not even thinking about going back from that. So you keep Justin Fields on the field.
How many sacks?
I don't know, but it doesn't make a difference because at the end of the day, no one is going to bench Trevor Lawrence. That's what I'm trying to say.
I think the difference of that, Wes, is, to be honest, though, is that everybody expects Jacksonville to be horrible.
Yeah.
Offense and defense, but the Bears defensively,
they have a playoff defense.
The expectations are greater with the Chicago Bears.
Expectations are way higher with the Bears, so I think that's why the scrutiny comes into play with Justin Fields, only because of the Bears and the way their team. They got Allen Robinson, they got Moody and those good. They got guys over there that are pretty good. And like I said, they got a running game, they got a top-notch defense, so that's what makes it a little bit different.
It's a little different, but I still think it goes back to, are you going to waste 8 weeks with Andy Dalton?
Well, that's just it. The scrutiny is that, you got Andy Dalton and playing when you have someone that should be starting actually playing. So why are you wasting time? But again, that was all because of some handshake deal with Andy Dalton before the season.
And I think
that was all because they promised him a starting spot, and they wanted to honor that. But I think they're very happy of how it turned out because now, because of injury, they can play Justin Fields and they can say Andy Dalton is the starting quarterback. And, when he's healthy, get his job back. But if Justin Fields balls out, it's his job to lose.
It's a wrap.
You know what I'm saying? He's never giving it back.
No.
Yeah, he's
So,
not. He's not. He's not, man.
The best thing happened for them.
Yup.
Yeah, I agree.
The
I mean, what about
perfect
the Jets?
excuse.
Who's the Jets backup? Joe Flacco? Is that it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so you there. I mean, you got to go with the young boy and just take your lumps. I'm just saying that you just take your lumps when you have to. But I do get that the Jets don't have a championship defense. Chicago is considered a playoff defense, and so you're trying to maximize as much as you can on the offensive side of the ball to save your season because they think that the Chicago Bears could slip into the playoffs somehow.
Yeah.
I want to see good things happen for Justin Fields. And I want to see him succeed. You know?
I thought that was a great scenario for him going to the Bears.
Me too. I like where he
went.
Yeah, I like where he went.
Yep. Now, question. Aaron Rodgers. Did y'all talk about him while I was away?
No. What you want to talk about with Aaron Rodgers?
Well, first week he bombed out. Second week he did his thing. You think Green Bay?
He bombed out the first week and he balled out the second week.
He balled out the second week. You think he's gonna maintain? You think he'll be the Aaron Rodgers throughout the season, or do you think the tension there is the first game was real woozy?
I think
he didn't have a preseason.
He didn't have the preseason warm up, and I think it's just one of those. It's any given Sunday. I just think it was a bad Sunday for him.
That's all I think. I didn't even like when they lost. I wasn't like, oh my God, Green Bay lost.
Well, this will be the telltale week because again, the 49ers always give them problem, and it's not too many games where he's an underdog, and he's a 3.5-point dog to them. So this will be a very good sign as to whether his team is going to be playing at that championship level, and what he's going to be looking like, because that styles make fights type of thing. San Francisco is built to beat them. I mean,
that's why they are. They are.
Yeah. I see Aaron Rodgers playing pretty good, but I don't see them beating the 49ers.
That's what I'm saying.
The Packers defense is horrible, man.
They're not good. The Packers defense is not good. I agree with you, KG. I mean, in terms of, I think the 49ers are built to beat Green Bay. So if they lost to 49ers, I still wouldn't judge Aaron Rodgers because that's just a loss to a team that's supposed to beat you. And he still got 14 more games after that. So if they go 13-4, he still had a good season.
I see him playing pretty good against them. I see him throwing at least 3 touchdowns against them and putting up numbers. I just see the 49ers beating them because Green Bay defense is not good.
They're not.
Yeah.
What other good games we got this week in week 3?
Well, Cowboys-Eagles, the Monday night game will be a good game.
Who's Sunday night?
That's the Packers 49ers game.
Okay, that's a good
but
game.
But you got Seahawks-Vikings is a late game on Sunday.
I know the Rams is a late game Sunday too, right? The Rams are terrible.
Bucks-Rams, yup.
I don't know why wasn't that Sunday night game, yo? Like how? Like they ain't running a flex, man. What's going on, man? Switch that, yo.
I know, right? I agree. Who the Steelers have this week?
I'm not sure. Honestly, my expectations this year. Well, we got
the Bengals, yeah. Bengals and Steelers at 1:00.
That might be an L for us. It might be. My expectation on the Steelers, honestly, that's why I said I ain't got nothing to say because I think we're gonna be middle of the pack this year. So I can't be talking about teams that's doing better than us, man.
That'll be like 10-7, though.
Hey, listen, man. Mike Tomlin hasn't had a losing season yet. So let's see how he does. Let's see how we do this year for him.
Got the Panthers and the Texans tonight.
Yeah, that's the game now. Yeah, I expect Carolina to run all through them.
Yeah,
just started.
I don't even know that's another thing too. Like what made them look at that schedule and say, okay, let's put this on Thursday night. Like who wants to see those two teams?
Not me.
I think that was definitely before the Deshaun debacle. We knew
about Deshaun for a long time before that schedule came out, man. Come on.
Why would you put the Texans on?
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
They were giving tickets away for that at my job, and I believe, and I was like, I got to go home and count grass blades. I'm busy.
Honestly, even last year with Deshaun out there, the Texans was they stumped. Like it was just like Deshaun. It was basically a Deshaun show. Him running around for his life.
Yeah.
You got Chargers and the Chiefs.
That's you know what I gotta say. I didn't say a lot about him, but I didn't know a lot about him. Herbert is a good quarterback, man.
That boy is nice.
He's a good quarterback. I was watching him ball. I was like, this dude,
dope, bro.
He threw one pass I think it was on the left sideline on a rope right through two defenders. It was a low liner, and it got right through the gap between the safety and the corner, right in the hands. I was like,
yo, he's the real deal.
That pass? Like,
he's the real deal.
What?
Yo, he's the real deal, bro.
He is nice.
He's tough.
He's nice. Like,
I mean,
he's tough.
Diggs had to dive for that interception.
Yeah.
And in between that, right after that, he threw 15 straight passes after that. You know what I'm saying? So he was throwing darts that whole game, yo.
And then the one he threw in the end zone, my man fell down. Keenan Allen fell down on the route.
Yep.
Yeah, Justin Herbert's really good, man.
He's a good quarterback, man.
I didn't know he was gonna be that good. He's really
Is he better than Josh Allen?
Yeah. Passing wise,
he's a better thrower. He's a better thrower. But I don't know about playmaker. Josh Allen can move.
Josh Allen's a better runner, and he's a better thrower of football. But he man.
That boy is nice.
I've seen both of them play. I was very much more impressed with him, and I've seen Josh Allen play. He can make plays, but I've seen that before too. But because I'm not like I'm a little bit of a Josh Allen hater because the media tries to tell me it's the first time we've seen anybody do what he does, and I've seen him several times in other people. So I just don't get hyped for him. But Herbert can throw the football. That's a bad boy right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
True. I heard a couple of people say that Justin Herbert, you can expect him to kind of sort of be in the MVP race this year.
I heard that about Allen. I heard that about Herbert. I heard that about.
Yo, Jokers was walking in and said Josh Allen might be the best quarterback in football. I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? How we get there?
Exactly.
How we get there?
Right there.
You take Trayvon Diggs off that team, we're gonna find out how good he is. Is Cole Beasley gonna catch all those passes?
Nah.
But yeah, Josh Allen is a good quarterback. I'm not gonna sit here, but what I'm saying is I've seen what he does before. So, but Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, and Pat Mahomes, like you didn't know if you were ever going to see an incompletion. Like that's how I felt. Like I was watching that game, like yo, this dude is nice.
Yeah,
he didn't look shook. He was just throwing dime after dime. He just looked real comfortable back there, man.
He's good.
Yeah.
Man, my eyes on fire right now.
So crazy. Justin Herbert is my proof that I'm not hating on. I don't hate on. I call it like I see it, man.
When it's due, it's due. You give it up.
It's due.
Yeah, like you can't front on Tom Brady. Even
I don't.
You might want to real hard. Yeah. I feel you, bro. I'm with you. You know, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Talent is talent, man.
Talent is talent.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers for a reason.
That's right. And politics is politics.
Yeah. And Carson Wentz sucks. And I'm gonna say that.
He's proven that. He's proven that week in and week out.
That's it.
Trash, yo.
That's it.
Wow.
You know, you got to be smart enough. Part of being a quarterback is being smart. You can't run through people when you can on a second down play and short. You got more downs to go, brother. Stay on the field. You got to be out there for your team. Part of it is being smart for your teammates. You can't run through cats, dog. This ain't North Dakota State High, whatever that school you went to.
Who else got the joke?
North Dakota State.
Yeah.
Carson.
It's NDSU to you, yo.
Oh yeah, NDSU.
NDSU.
No, he's not good, man. He's just not good. I mean, he can throw the ball a little bit, but he's shook. You know, he's unsure of himself in terms of his presence in the locker room. He's always trying to do something he shouldn't be doing. And, you know, he's just insecure as a quarterback. And that's what doesn't make him, that's just part of his problem.
Yeah.
Damn, you got the whole psychological.
I see it though. You know how you talk. You see how you talk on the interviews.
Dr. West, break
I
it
don't
down.
That's part of sports, though, man. You know the psychology of if you're talking on any type of venue, you already know the psyche of the other person, right? You can see it in their eyes. What did Tony Montana say in Scarface? The eyes never lie, Chico.
Yeah.
You know how it is. I mean, I'm just saying it's just normal stuff. I don't think what I'm saying is rocket science. I just think that we don't even bring it up enough because we get caught up in numbers and launch angles and analytics and all this other stuff when as an athlete, you just want to see people that want to leave it out there on the field and do it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
True indeed.
Yep.
So with that said, gentlemen, I think we're going to leave it on the field. We've done it the right way. This is Madison Sports, Hakeem Green, Cliff, KG, and West. Episode 36, Chambers. Yeah. Yo, we out of here. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Oh, hold on.
Hey,
that being said,
I
forgot. Hold on.
Well, you got a patch,
This
right?
first
On
one-
your shirt.
Yo, remember the patch and y'all, without even knowing,
That's right.
that's the first one. Okay, and that's that first winning patch. The woo because of the I was giving them
That's
props
dope.
because of that
36
San Diego
Chambers.
win and that yellow
Wow.
and
Wow.
and
That's
Hawk.
dope.
Yeah.
Wait,
So you know,
hold. Explain it to KG what just went down.
Because
He was here last week.
please explain it to me because all I'm looking at is contamination. But let me just
no, I said we're gonna have a contest. Well, we're gonna have a little every week. If my Cowboys win, I'm gonna put a patch on. I'm gonna zatch my it was just a bear Cowboy T-shirt, and the patch is gonna reflect all the winning weeks patches on the back, and if we lose, I'll put the patches on the front. And just so y'all know, we got the Eagles this week. If they beat us, they'll get that, big bird on the front.
Mm-hmm.
But if we beat those little birds, we'll get the little mosquito. We'll put that on the back in honor of the Eagles. Okay.
You hear me? That's hot.
okay.
That's hot. That's hot.
So that's how we're gonna get down.
No, when we started the show, since this was the 36th episode, we started the show with 36 Chambers, not even knowing that he put the Wu-Tang patch on the Cowboy shirt. So that's just how.
And the reason for that, really, to give you the full story, is they beat him on my birthday, which was Sunday, and because Hawk put me down way back when with meth, and he got my first Zach jacket, and we share names, the Cliff thing, I decided to put the Woo on their joint. You know what I mean? So that's how it comes back full circle.
Nice,
you know what I mean? Because it got to be all hip hop, and it got to start with Hakeem. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's how we.
Nice. And I had the cowboy joint on that's the cowboy jacket. Man, you're gonna make me start messing with the Cowboys again.
Oh man.
I might have to go ahead and pull out my cowboy stuff.
Why not?
Sorry, Kay. Sorry, Kay.
Nah, go ahead, man. I ain't hating this shit, man. I'm quietly rooting for y'all, man.
All right.
We're gonna do our thing.
Okay. So this is Madison Sports. West is out of here. KG, Cliff, I'm hot. We out. Peace.
All right, yo. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Peace.